bringing our compost in. So you can kind of see the progression. At the far end there, he has already mulched back, put down cardboard, and dumped the first load. Now we have cardboard waiting for the second load. And then this area hasn't been covered yet. It's been raked back. And then this is going to be where we grow our red and white potatoes this year. So come on in, Avery. I think is from when we first got here, so this would be, it started in May of 2019 when the horses first got here, really. It's probably about 6 months of compiling the waste from the barn and letting it age, and Avery would turn it with the tractor, and it broke down, and now we have a pretty nice soil and nice and soft, and it's pretty much what all the beds here were made from, or at least top dressed with. And now we will plant potatoes in this, and a lot of times you'll like mound potatoes, or people will dig a trench and then just keep piling on and on and on. So what we're gonna do is we're going to plant the potatoes in this, and then I actually hope to cover them with the Agribon, the white fabric that we were using to keep the frost off, because last year we had a lot of problems with the Colorado potato beetle. And I was reading that if you keep the plants covered early in the spring, you don't get the moth that lays the eggs that become the beetle. And so I'm hoping to ward that off by just keeping them covered. The Agribon, just being used as one layer, will let moisture through, I believe. I'm gonna have to fact check that. But it should let moisture through, and it keeps them a pretty good temperature. We can open them up if we get some super hot days early on, but I kind of doubt we will. It's only like 45, 50 today. And that's kind of how spring is up here in the North Country. So we will put the potatoes in, let them start to grow, come out, cover them with the Agribon, and then as they get maybe 6 inches above, we'll come back with more compost and we'll cover the greens, and we'll do that maybe once or twice, and then they should have a pretty good area to grow, because potatoes grow underground, then you have the greens on top, and they actually get a beautiful flower on them and then start to die back, and that's how you know when to harvest them. But the more you have underground, the more potatoes you're gonna have to eat.
I'm doing gardening. Hop on and I'll push you up to the garden, okay?
I see, that's some good bike riding, Rose. You're so big. You riding Yeti's bike? What? You're so fast.
Good job. Good job. Oh, you lost your boot.
Our neighbors are outside being ever faithful, keeping their grass looking nice. Not us. We're playing in the dirt. We had the horses out earlier today, letting them weed eat the areas that they can outside the fence. They enjoy that time. Now I'm needing a shovel. So we've got a pallet of these boxes for us from Tractor Supply last year when we were laying out the garden the first time. And we still have some left because take this tape off.
Because 2 were very small.
Well, thank you, baby. We gotta pull off the tape because tape doesn't biodegrade. And the next thing you know, your tomato's dying because it's trying to grow with tape at the roots. So, but you can't throw it down though, baby. You gotta like put it in your pocket and then throw it away. So it just takes a couple minutes to get these plastic tape off, and then you're ready to roll. This is where having 5 kids is very helpful. However, I only have 1 helper today.
2 actually.
2 if Rosie counts, but she's in there petting baby kitties. Alright, so here we are. This is our compost. We're so excited. I think in one of the other vlogs I was talking about earthworms, how much we get excited to see them. Here they are. Sweet little earthworms. Just everywhere. So exciting. Life in the soil. It's breaking down. It's becoming dirt. Potatoes. And back to dirt.
Yep.
Exciting.
Circle of life, and it moves us all.
Yeah, look at it.
Covered.
Yeah, I know. There's hundreds of, oh my gosh, yeah, we should have dug right there. Show everybody. All our wormy friends. We got Hermie and Wormy and all the guys. It's heavy. Thanks. You think we need another one, or you think we can grow all the taters we need in that? I'd say grab one more and finish off the cardboard. Since I don't have a digger. Since I don't have to do the digging. Yep, one more. This is essentially a compost pile in step 1 form. We've just been piling out here. Avery will come out with the tractor, move it back. Our kids like to make what I call the snail. They'll dump close and then they get a little further out, further out, further out. Just kind of makes this like snail trail. And then Avery comes and pushes it all back with the tractor, piles it a little higher, turns it a bit. Then we feed the chickens their slop on it. They go through, turn it some more. How long has that guy been sitting?
We stopped adding to it like September, I think.
Was that pile as big as this pile?
No, he's a little smaller. Not much smaller. Yeah, it shrunk.
Was it taller than you?
Probably.
Sounds about right. It was taller than you.
It shrunk as it decomposed.
Is that heavy? It's a good daddy right there. I think you left it in Daddy's way.